Good morning, Year 4. Welcome to the last lesson of the week. I would like you to try the mental arithmetic challenge that's in front of you. Please stop the video to do so. Welcome back, Year 4. I'm just going to reveal the answers to the questions. Once you've managed to tick your answers, we're then going to move on to today's maths. Now, today is all going to be about focusing on the 11 times table and also the 12 times table. I'm just going to show the Sapphire group their problems. You'll notice on today's sheet there are two multiplicand boards because I want you to do one for the 11s, one for the 12s. So you might just want to set those up while I'm just running through what the Sapphire group need to do. Now, the Sapphire group, you have been counting in threes and you've been counting in fours, so I'm going to get you to have a go at both of those today. First of all, there's a grid here to remind us about counting in fours because yesterday you worked on the 3 times table. And then I'd like you to complete these multiplication wheels. Now, if I click on to here, then the way you complete a multiplication wheel is if we're focusing on timesing by 3, then it's 8 lots of 3, 24. 3 lots of 3, 9. And the same if we're timesing by 4. 5 lots of 4, 20. Once you've completed both these wheels, you can check your answers with a calculator. So if you're in the Sapphire group, I'd like you to start your challenge now, please. So back to our multiplicand board. Now, in terms of the 11 times table, I'm not going to necessarily do the 1, 5, 10 derived because I think there's such a pattern with the 11 times table that we can actually just fill this in. 1 times 11 is 11. 2 times 11 is 22. 3 times 11, 33. And this pattern continues. 44, 55, 66. If it's 6 times, it's 66. 7 times, then it's 77. 88, 99. And then 10 times 11, 11 10 times bigger is 110. So if I'm going to add another 11 to 110, I'm going to get to 121 for 11s. This is just where the pattern doesn't quite follow, okay, where we've just not got double digits every time, so 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s. However, there is still quite a nice pattern in that it's 1 2 1, or my digits read 1 2 1, and 12 times 11 is going to be 132. Okay, so 2 times 11 is 22, 10 times 11 is 110, add 22, 110 together, I get 132. So moving on then to the 12 times table, you can see that I've put in my 1, 5, 10 multiples, and we're going to use those to help us derive the other facts. So double 12 is 24. Double 24 is 48. So 4 times 12 is going to be 48. And 12 more than 24 is 36. So 12 more than 60 is 72 because 60 add 10 is 70. Add 2 more makes it 72. Equally, 12 less than 120 is going to be 108. 10 less than 120 is 110. Take away 2 more is 108. And we just did 12 times 11. The answer was 132. And I can see that by adding 12 to 120, I get to 132. 12 more than this is 144. So 8 times 12, well, I could double my 4 times 12, so that's going to give me 96. And 7 times 12 is going to be another 12 after 72, or I could think of it as 5 times 12 is 60, 2 times 12 is 24, add the 60 and the 24 to give me 84. please remember to refer to your multiplicand boards for the 12 and 11 times table when completing today's problems. So today, if you're going to choose the bronze challenges, it's very much about if you are not very confident with the 11 or the 12 times tables. It could be that you decide you know your 11s and you decide just to do the second part of the bronze, which is the 12 times table, and then actually you move on to silver challenge today. Now, when you do the silver challenge, you'll see there's a series of problems involving the 12 and the 11 times table. And what I'm about to talk you through in a minute is very much part of the gold challenge. It's this task B, but I think it would be worthwhile anyone who's thinking of doing silver or gold listening to this, because there's some nice skills involved in this activity. So anyone doing the bronze challenge, if you're not confident with your 11s and 12s, as I said, please make a start now. So being successful for the gold challenge in particular, we're going to be partitioning some numbers again. And the slide before, it just talked about any patterns between the 11s and 12s, but we have just spoke about some patterns with the 11s there. And looking at the 12 times table, well, I can see that all my numbers are even. I can see that my ones digits are going up in twos each time until I get to 0, then they're going up in twos again. Whereas my ones, my tens column is just going up in ones each time. Okay, so there is some nice patterns there that can help us with our understanding and remembering of those times tables. So let's just have a look at these calculations. What I'd like you to just think about, anyone who's going to attempt that gold challenge today, is that if I know this, I can use it to help me work out this. Now, 14 times 11. Different ways I can approach that. I could think, what's 12 times 11? Add 2 times 11 to that. Another way is to partition it into 10 times 11, 4 times 11. 10 times 11, as we worked out earlier, is going to be 110. 4 times 11 is 44. So if I recombine those numbers, add them together, I get 154. Okay, so 14 multiplied by 11 is 154. Now, if I know 14 times 11, let's not forget that I said before we can use that to work out 14 times 12. Essentially, 14 times 11 is the same as 11 times 14. We know that. It's commutative. Doesn't matter which order we do them in. Equally, I can do 12 times 14. So if I know 11 14s is 154, there it is, then I'm just going to add 14 more to that, which is going to give me my answer of 168. Okay, so I used my knowledge of being able to multiply by 11 to help me multiply by 12. What about if I start this time with multiplying by 12? So let's have a look at this question here. 17 times 12. Again, I could do 10 times 12, which is going to give me 120. Okay, 12 10 times bigger is 120. And 7 times 12 is 84. Okay, and sometimes it's good just to do a quick mental check that we have got our table facts correct, particularly if we just seem to know them. It's just sometimes just worth doing that double check. So obviously I know that 5 times 12 is 60. Add another 24 gives me my 84. So adding these two numbers together, then I've got 204. Okay, 120, add 80 is 200, add the 4, 204. So 17 lots of 12 is 204. Or I could think of it as 12 lots of 17. So if I think of this then as 11 lots of 17, I can now subtract 17 from this number. So 204 take away 10 is going to give me 194. And then from 194, I'm going to take away 7. So from 194, I'm going to take away 4 to get to 190. And then I'm going to take away 3 more to get to 187. And let's just check I'm happy with that. If I add 17 back onto this number, add 10, I get 197. And then add 7 more to that, I'd get 204. So yeah, I am happy with that number. So again, this occasion, I've used my knowledge of multiplying by 12 to help me work out multiplying by 11. If we take this calculation, well, 20 times 11, well, if I know that 10 times 11 is 110, then I can just double that, giving me 220. Okay, so as I said previously, 10 times 11 is 110. So therefore, 20 times 11 must be double that, giving me 220. 2 times 11, 22, meaning that 22 times 11 is going to be 242. So, I very much want you to show as much working as you can when you're completing these challenges on gold. You will also find that there is a problem that involves some muffins, and as that problem is quite tricky, you will find in fact the answers to all the questions are there, but in particular you will find the answers to that question there. So good luck today, year 4. I hope you've enjoyed learning your tables in different ways this week and applying them to problems, and have a nice weekend when you get there. Thank you.